She called and.
Okay, we're live. Sorry, thank you.
Folks, good evening and welcome to the City of Scottsburg's Board of Public Works and Safety. Today is Monday, the 8th day of February in 2021, the year of our Lord. First thing we'll have this evening, it's 5:30 this evening. We'll have the call to order, which we've done, and we'll have the roll call now by the clerk treasurer, Jan Hardy.
Mayor Amy,
Here.
Tom Lewis, Karen Gracious. Here.
Okay, all in their attendance. So next we'll have the approval of the minutes of the January 25th meeting. We have a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Karen.
Presented.
Richards makes the motion. Is there a second? Second. Bob Lewis seconds. Is there any questions or comments regarding the minutes? Allison signed to speak forward. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous. Now we'll go to the department head. The first one we have will be Ms. Mixler.
The only thing I had for you guys tonight was one sewer adjustment for you guys to approve, and then all of the utility adjustments from October through January. So it's just a handful of signatures there for you guys.
Okay. Ms. Skinner.
I actually have, I think it's on the agenda there, would like to promote Matt Bridgewater, who is currently at installer A position, and promote him to network manager, making that effective on, the payroll would start on the Sunday, so the next payroll. 14, yeah.
Now, folks, to clarify, this is the Scottsburg fiber optic and broadband department.
Yes.
So just to everybody know at home in here. So,
And Matt's done a great job, for the company and been with us, several years, and can't say enough good things about him.
Matt has been outstanding. Can you tell them about Christmas, what happened at Christmas?
So on Christmas, we actually had, there was a power outage up in Jackson County, and we have on-call services, and he does on-call after hours, and it was Christmas Eve, and things went down as they would do on an electric outage, and had several calls, and he actually took it upon himself, and he fixed it, which is great, but he fixed it by himself, made trips to Brownstown, fixed the towers, double checked them, called the people back, made proactive messages, and actually had, I didn't know anything about it. Like, it was so seamless that when I got back after the holiday, I had complimentary voicemails on the phone thanking his reaction time and just taking the extra effort to make sure that the internet was back up and not blaming it, like on a holiday or anything. So it's the extra effort of him really caring about the customers and making sure they're taken care of.
This is, when we have employees, and we have many employees in the city of Scottsburg that takes ownership of their position, they just do a fantastic job. They didn't even contact Ms. Skinner, who took care of it all, and she finds out about it after the holidays. So that's the reason for the advancement.
Well, not just that, but that's just one great example
Yeah.
of many.
That's the kind of individual this man is. So,
I'll make a motion, we approve the promotion for the vote.
Tom Lewis makes the motion to go forward in elevate. Mr. Matt.
Second.
Karen Gracious seconds. Any questions or comments about this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous, we'll pass that.
The next thing I have is, near the end of the year, we actually had our other installer. He actually, put in his 2 weeks, and so we have been operating with just Matt. So he has really put a lot on his shoulders. But we got applications, done some interviews, and would like to hire Zach Bain to installer C, making that effective, February 16th. He actually had 2 weeks, but he had reached out to his employer, and since we're off on that Monday, the 15th, I would like to start him on that Tuesday, which would be next Tuesday itself. So I would like a motion to hire him and bring him on board.
Can we get a cell phone, sorry?
That's my next thing. And I didn't know if you want those as two separate. motions or just as one?
Now, Miss, let me just tell folks, folks, we have put out these advertisements and we've had multiple applications. And what Ms. Skinner does is she scores them. Can you explain that process? Just real quick?
The applicants are brought in, we score every applicant, and then in the interview process, it's scored too. But the application process is scored based on different categories, and we file that through. So it is a scoring process that I do just to keep things even, so that, and it's not just myself, there's others in the interview too.
This is the one that, Jim Binkley, who is over the entire electric and the broadband and fiber optic kind of is a sub of that whole department. And he's very much in favor of this as well. That's what we're doing today.
Yes.
So, are there any questions, comments before we go?
So we want the phone stipend.
Does that need to be two, or is that?
You could do it all as one.
Okay, yes, I did.
And then would you prorate, like the
No,
program?
I don't, it would just start in March,
Okay.
just start that March.
And this would be contingent upon, it would be an offer of employment, conditional offer of employment contingent upon the checks and everything that we have to go
Yes,
through.
Because that's the other thing they go through. They will go through a litany of some checks and things like that, the process there. And they're basically as well on is it a year, is it a 90 day or a year?
I think our current one is at 6
Our current one is 90 days.
or 90 days.
Okay. So, kind of a probationary period.
It is $100 stipend, just to make sure that that was on there. If you're doing
It's
it
a
as
data
one.
plan. Okay.
I'll make the motion, we move forward with hiring for the 90-day, trial,
Yeah.
with the phone stipend included.
Tom Lewis makes that motion to go forward hiring Zach Bain with a phone stipend. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Gracious seconds. Is now questions, comments? According to the rule, orders, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. So that is hiring.
I appreciate it. That's all I
So,
know.
Ms. Skinner, thank you so very
Thank
much,
you.
and you're doing a fabulous job.
Thank you.
And, she really does. The internet is so vital. It's a whole new utility. It's blooming here, coming to blossom. And folks, whether you know it or not, we're bringing fiber optic to your home today. If you live in Scottsburg, we're bringing fiber optic to you. We've got one whole sector in, ready to be turned on, so wait for future attractions. The next thing we have is Miss Jessica Jones on, let's just go to the Mid-America Science Park, reorganization, CNC reorganization agreement.
Okay, so in our CNC area, we need to do an inventory and then also do inventory reorganization and do some machine maintenance for some of the, fluids that are starting to separate and things of that nature. We need to get all of that taken care of. So what we are coming to you for is to ask for you to approve an agreement. We're in the process of getting that wrote, which is why you don't have it, but the terms of it would be to Gary Graff for $50 an hour, not to exceed a maximum of 10 hours. So it would be a maximum of a $500 contract. There is no time for travel or anything like that. And then once it is done, he will be working with our training director, Mike Kiefer, as well as a volunteer, Perry Hayes, on all of this. And once we get done, we'll have a new SOP that we'll be following to make sure that it doesn't get into this, this again. And we'll have a complete inventory of everything within that room as well and all that. So,
Folks, if you don't know what we're talking about the MASS, or Mid-America Science Park, it's basically just south from Walmart on Lake Road. And it's about 110, 115,000 square foot facility. And there's been a portion of that has been dedicated to education. And there's probably, we dedicated about a third of that. And today we have Ivy Tech there. We have Vincennes University there. And there is a training for welding. There's also training for CNC. We're looking at various other trainings as well. We have a whole type of dedication for the rest of the plant with that kind of in mind. So what this is in the training part. We have 4 CNC machines there. And this is basically kind of, with this COVID, we've kind of been, had things shut down, so now we're kind of going in, re-inventory, organize everything, and ready to push forward, going forward here. In 2021. So, would there be a motion then to, did you see what the agreement was?
It would be with Gary Graff for $50 an hour, not to exceed 10 hours.
So a total of $500.
And what, he's doing what again? Inventory?
He would be inventory reorganizing, and then on a couple of our machines, the fluid has split and has a bacteria growing. So he would be taking care of all of that and getting it all up and running, because we do have some classes getting ready to start up out there. And he would be, working with our employees out there to make sure that we've got everything and that we're following the SOP to going forward.
And he is the instructor of this as well, so.
Motion to hire Gary as stated.
Tom Lewis makes the motion to go forward for the reorganization agreement for Gary Graff. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, Aaron Richards, second. Questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That is unanimous. The next thing, Jess, is you have a termination lease for Packet Pie.
Yes. Packet Pie currently has a lease with us that ended on 1/31 of 2021. From there, it went to an automatic 30-day at a time renewal. They have sent us notification on February 1 asking to terminate their lease effective 2/28, because they said, given the impact of the state and local COVID policies, they have transitioned fully to a remote workforce. So they will no longer need their space. So they're asking to terminate their agreement effective 2/28 of this year.
I don't think we need a vote on that. I think that's based on notification that they are giving notice of a 30-day,
Right.
that they will, the lease will terminate and they will be departing that project. So basically by midnight of February the 28th, they will be out there.
Yep.
We'll make sure all keys are returned.
Yep. We've got a checkoff list on it.
And typically always like to do an inspection once they're out, and the report will be given to them in the for our files as well. So, I don't think really an action needs to be taken, a voting action needs to be taken. Is that correct, council?
It's correct.
You're amazing, you're amazing.
I try.
Next thing is new business claims.
Just be open for a motion to accept the claims as presented.
I'll make the motion to accept the claims as presented.
Aaron Gricius makes the motion. Is there a second?
I will second.
Second. Do you have any questions about the claims? We bought a new pump. Right now, we bought a pump that, our sewer treatment plant folks is right now, we're getting ready to build a new plant. And you've had some rate increases, and those rate increases are going to be to make payment on that plant. And right now, we have a little bit of money that we can replace a 25-year-old skid loader, before we get too indebted here. So, that's what one of those is. But we also bought a transfer pump. So if we have a plug here in the sewer line, and we need to cut it out, we can take that sewage and bypass around, so we can cut that piece of section of pipe out. So that's what that pump is for. And that was about $40,000. So that's what I was looking for here. So, okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, we've already had the motion, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous. Thank you very much. Announcements. First off, I miss Chief Zellers. Scottsburg, can you tell us what's going on, Scottsburg, Chief?
Well, I've been here a lot, been live. I guess the biggest thing that happens vehicle-wise, Steve Harold got a truck in, that you guys authorized us to get. We got that back in December, beginning of actually came in the beginning of January. He's extremely happy with it. And then, our 3 new vehicles came in, and we're in the process of getting them equipped. It takes a little time. And then we'll have to get them striped, and then the other 3 vehicles in your possession to work on, trying to sell them. We hired, with your approval, Patty Williams. She's doing a great job. And other than that, we've just been going along.
What about the exciting news for about a week or so ago?
You talking about the search warrants? Is that
Well, and the yard arrest, houses,
Where, I don't know if you know, as you got fully staffed with personnel, I was able to dedicate Steve Harrell to a full-time detective spot. Hopefully we'll continue to be able to do that. He's been doing a lot of good work for us. We were able to serve at least, I think, about 3 different search warrants in the community, and the sheriff's department and the Austin Police Department. We've all been working real well together. And we made, I don't know how many arrests we made out of that. I can't remember. We made probably close to 8 to 10 arrests total out of all those on different types of drugs. I won't say convictions, but just drug arrests, methamphetamine, heroin, possession, syringes, or a lot of it also. And some of the places we did get a lot of complaints on, and Steve was able to do a lot of work on it, and did a good investigation, get the search warrants, and we got them signed for service.
Folks, we want you to know that we're not only cleaning up Scottsburg with the trash or the old cars or the equipment sitting outside with properties looking and say we're cleaning it up as well as far as illegal activity, you know. And so, folks, if you're using or selling, we're gonna be coming after you. You know, we want Scottsburg cleaned up. We got to go street to street, house by house. That's what we're gonna do. And so I want to applaud Chief Zellers with this. Can you also make a comment about one of our new hires and what he achieved at the academy?
Officer Brown, Andy Brown.
Yep.
Recently graduated. It was actually in 2020 when he graduated. He got a firearms award for being the highest qualified shooter in the academy. If I said it correct, which is a big honor. And there, I'm going to apologize. The other one slipping me what I got because of his character. And you know, just the way he expressed himself at the academy. I can't even name the award, but it's a high. It's an individual award. We just give it to one person. So we're blessed to have him. He's going to be a fine officer, and he's doing an outstanding job for us right now.
Yeah, outstanding officer, outstanding young man, just a great Marine veteran. Just a fantastic. We are so blessed to have him and the whole crew. I mean, we've got. I've asked Chief Zellers to step things up, and we had over 300% more arrests, 300% more pullovers than what we had the year before. So we've become more aggressive. So thank you very much, Chief. And update on 39 South First Street. Does anybody know where 39 South First Street might be?
The bullpen.
I bet I know where. The bullpen. That's right. What? Is that like Chase running after the Bulls in Spain? Counselor? Ms. Richards, do you know where 39 South, where might pray tell 39 South?
That would be the cage.
That would be the
It's called
cage.
the cage.
The bullpen, the cage, the lockup session, I don't know what we want to call it. But it is, folks, it is on the east side of the square, about halfway down First Street as you're going around the square. As a matter of fact, they parked the car, a convertible car, right in front of that cage. And when Bobby Kennedy spoke in 1960, he came over and got in that car, sat right in front of that cage. So, but that piece of history came down this week. So, this past week. And it's all the way down. We have an agreement with the county who is going to repave that whole area. You're going to be surprised how big that area looks once that cage is down. And we've also removed the pole. We're going to put a green event up after the county paves that. It's going to be very nice. So we are continuing to enhance our downtown area. So, big things coming for downtown Scottsburg. Just to let you know, I didn't bring the list in here, but Scottsburg hosts a COVID-19 call weekly on Mondays at 1 p.m. And we have been seeing those numbers come down from 238 infections per week, got down into the hundreds, down into the 90s, down to the 70s. This week I think it's 56. So we're going in the right direction, folks. They're giving between 400 and 600 shots per week, and that's in 3 days. So if you haven't gotten your inoculation, they're there Monday. Yes.
I want to say Monday, Thursday, Monday for Friday for vaccines. Yes.
You have to get online and line up, get a phone, get it lined up, and so make sure you're in line for that, especially if you're 60 and older. 93% of all deaths are 60 and older.
And they have to register online in order to do those. They can't just walk up to do it. They've got to register.
I hope you heard that from this gentleman. You have to register online, folks, and you just cannot walk in. What else do we have this evening? Anything else from the utility office?
No, sir, all well, we go through.
Okay. What about the guys plowing snow? Are they gonna be ready?
Yes, they certainly are ready. They're not thrilled about it, but they're ready.
Do you have a weather vane in your office there?
I do not, but it looks like the snow's getting ready to start any minute.
Okay, well, Counselor, do you have anything for us?
I do not.
Sorry.
No, sir, I have nothing.
Okay, well,
What's the status of the sewer?
the status of the new sewer plant is, we're gonna be meeting this evening. I'm glad you brought that up. The plans are all out. We did not go forward with the previous administration's plan. We stayed with what we have now. We have a continuous batch reactor plant. We're putting in a sequence batch reactor plant. The continuous batch reactor plant was the prototype, and it needs tweaking. That's what we have today. So it morphed into a sequence batch reactor plant. And we're going to repurpose all of the reactors we have today, all of the tanks we have today, those will all be used. Nothing is not going to be used in the old plant. We're now adding 3 more new reactors. Our plant will be under, the plant's actually $13 million. And, we are going to, and it will be 35% larger than the plan that was originally given to the city of Scottsburg. This will be a 2.7 million gallon plant per day with a 7 million gallon rain event. The other plant was a 2 million gallon per day plant with a 6 million gallon rain event. So we did receive word that IDEM has approved this. We are awaiting the construction certificate and we're prepared to go forward. So tonight we're looking at financing. And we'll take up a collection before we go. I've got a big basket there. So, no, just kidding, but that's what's going on. We hope this to be starting soon, March, April, and hope to have this complete. The COVID has put things a little bit behind schedule, simply because, we had the chief engineer out 2-3 weeks of COVID. And, but we have a company out of Indianapolis, Bowling, renowned company, and who specializes in treatment plants, water plants, and, so they're ready to go just as soon as we sign the dockets. So, so we're ready to rock and roll. And, we have new housing coming, so it's what we call a just-in-time inventory. Yeah, so, good question. Anything else? Okay, then we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Karen, your commissioner makes the motion. Ladies and gentlemen, we're adjourned.
None.
Thank you for coming.